welcome to my channel. My name is Monix and this channel is called Monix TV, where we talk about everything that has to do with life. And today I am just here to give every one of you trying to relocate to the US free advice. Yes, I call it free because nobody's paying me to do this, but I'm just doing it so that someone can be prepared before they relocate to the US. You know, I don't know about other countries, but I know about the US, so I feel like there's some information you need to have so that when you come over to the US, you'll not be disappointed, you will not hate yourself, you not feel like, why did I come here in the first place? So to give you this information, I've divided the information into 3 sections, and the first is what you should prepare for before coming to the US, and under that head I have 5 points. The next section is what you should not depend on, so I also have 5 points under this head, and the third section is what you need to do before and after you come into the US, and I have 6 points under this head. So this is going to be a pretty long video, but I hope you are patient enough to watch to the very end because this information will benefit you a great deal. Now let's start. For those of us who are planning to relocate anytime soon, whether you're already here or you are preparing to come over, you're already packing your bags, this information is very useful for you. So what should you prepare for before you come over to the US, or now that you're already in the US? So the information I'm about to share with you under this ad might not apply to everybody. It might not apply to everybody because there's some people who come into the US, everything is already prepared for them, everything is already sorted, maybe they are children of wealthy people, wealthy billionaires, children of, I don't know, you are just wealthy, so everything is planned and prepared for you already. You have a house, you have a car, you have a job waiting for you already. So I'm not talking to people like that. The people I'm talking to are persons who don't have nobody in the US. You don't know anybody, your parents are not wealthy, you don't have any rich family members who can take you in, you're just coming in on your own, or you're coming in to hang with a friend or two, or with some family members who are still struggling. So you are the ones I'm here to talk to. So the first thing that I need to talk to you about is that you must be prepared to work below your current station or your current status. So many of us who relocate to the US, before relocating, we held positions like senior manager, executive director, or senior associate, senior positions. So when you come into the US, or before coming into the US, you already have it at the back of your mind, like, oh, when I get into the US, I'm going to get a job and I'm going to become, maybe an executive in a bank. I'm going to become a top executive in an insurance company. I'm going to be a senior associate in a law firm. So I'm just here to tell you that might likely not be the case, and you may have to take jobs that are really below your status. So you might be looking at jobs like maybe internships or entry-level positions, and that is even if you're lucky to get an entry-level position. You might really have to take some jobs that are really beneath you, and you do need to take up these jobs because you need the experience. Because for some kind of jobs and some kind of positions, they will tell you you need a level of local experience. And when I say local experience, I mean some level of US work experience, not your experience from Nigeria, from South Africa, or from any other country you're coming from. You need some level of local US experience. So if you don't have any of those, you might have to take a position that is really beneath your status, or a position or a job description, whatever, that is really beneath you. And you need not be ashamed to take up these positions because, one, you need this job to survive. For you to survive, you need to have something doing, and you need a job. So whatever it is your hands find to do immediately you get into the US, please do it, and do it well. And afterwards, of course, you're gonna experience, and that experience you're gonna will be what you use to get, a better job. That is the experience that will help you to step up sooner or later. That's number 1. Then number 2, I need you to prepare your minds to know that family and friends will not help you for long. For those of you who are coming into the US to stay, with a family member, a relative, or a friend, you know what? Family members and friends, they are good people to have, especially when you are just relocating, because they will help you to settle in, they will help you to navigate, everywhere you need to navigate. It's cool, but have it at the back of your mind that you will not stay with them forever. Because if you're coming in to stay with a friend or family member who is still trying to survive, who is still trying to find their feet, they might not be able to take you in for so long. Even if they tell you, that's fine, no problem, you can stay with me for as long as you want, trust me, It's not easy for them because they're still trying to survive. They're still trying to get that good job they want. They're still trying to get that good house they want to live in. They're still trying to get that, amazing car they want to drive. And the way US works is that you pay for everything. You pay your phone bill, you pay for your trash to be disposed, you pay for gas, you pay for electricity, you pay for water, you pay for everything. It's a capitalist society, so you pay for everything. Unlike Nigeria, where you can easily get a phone and get a SIM card, and you might not recharge your phone for a year, and then you'll still be able to receive calls. Over here in the US, you cannot receive calls if you don't pay for your airtime. It's called subscription. If you don't pay, you cannot receive calls, you cannot call out, you cannot do anything. So you pay for everything. Either you prepay or you postpay, I don't know, whatever, but you have to pay for basically everything. So imagine you now coming over to stay with a family member or friend who's still trying to find their feet. Just have it at the back of your mind that as soon as you come into the US, prepare to find your own accommodation, prepare to find your own car, prepare to find your own job, and prepare to become stable as soon as possible. Number 3, prepare to be hardworking. If you are not lazy in America, you can be rich in a short period of time. If you are very hardworking, you can be rich. You can buy that house, under a year. You can buy the car of your choice under a year. You can do anything you want under a year. But if you're lazy, you cannot achieve anything in the US. That's the fact. If you don't work, you cannot get paid for the work you have not done. But if you work, you are going to get paid. And if you do overtime, you will get paid the more. So if you are ready to be hardworking, if you are ready to take up jobs, take up opportunities, you will make your money. So if you're not lazy, you'll do well and you'll be able to afford the good things of life you have always desired to have. Number 4, your aim should not be to come into the US and within a month you want a brand new house, you want a brand new car. My darlings, it is a process. It is a process. These things take time. So how long it's going to take you depends on how hardworking you want to be. And it also depends on the kind of people you meet along the way and how you channel your connections and how you make good use of the information you gather. So you cannot say, oh, I'm coming to the US, my parents are not wealthy, my uncles are not wealthy, I don't have anything prepared for me, but I'm just coming here and I want to ride a brand new car the first month. I want to live in a brand new house. It's not going to work. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You need to sit back, strategize, get some jobs, be hardworking, and you have to be prudent. If you're not prudent, you will not get anything. You will not get anything. So the other thing that I want to say is that when you come into the US, be prepared to split bills and also be prepared to contribute. Be prepared to come in here to contribute to whatever it is your family member or friends have to pay for in the house. So let me break it down. If you're coming in with your spouse, and back then in your country, whether in Nigeria, your spouse used to handle everything, because he loves you, he cares about you, he doesn't want to stress you, he doesn't take a dime from your salary. Sometimes the US changes things for you. Even if you're coming into the US with thousands of naira, millions, billions, by the time you convert it to dollars, you say that your money is nothing. Say for instance, you're coming into the US, you have 10 million naira, you have 20 million naira. By the time you convert it to dollars, it's nothing. Really, it's nothing. So coming into the US, both of you should be prepared to work. Be prepared to split bills, because you cannot afford to dump all the bills on one person. You cannot afford to dump all the bills on your wife or dump all the bills on your husband. Both of you may have to plan on how to split the bills, maybe 50-50 or 70-30 or 80-20 or whatever, depending on how you run your family. But be ready to split bills, because one person cannot do it all alone. But if that one person is buoyant enough, they have a good job and their pay is fine, they can take all the bills up by themselves. But depending on your family, again, arrange yourselves and plan yourselves. And if you will be living with family members who are already established, or even if they're not already established, or with friends who are good, who have things going well for them, even if they tell you that you should not worry about picking up any bills, be responsible enough to pick up 1 or 2 bills, even if it's just the internet bill or gas bill or electricity bill or trash bill, whatever. Pick up your bill and be responsible. So that is that about what you should prepare for when you are coming into the US. The second part is what you should not depend on. And like I said while talking about the first section, these things that I'm talking about do not apply to everybody. There are some people who have everything and their parents are wealthy, their family members are wealthy, so everything is easy for them. They don't need to struggle, they don't need to stress before they get their house, they don't need to stress before they get a brand new car, they don't need to stress before they get a job. Everything is fine for them, everything is already well prepared for them. I am not talking about those ones, but I'm talking